Hey guys, Brad here. Donna and I recently made the switch from Canon to Sony, and we decided to get the Sigma MC-11 adapter so that we could use our Canon lenses on the Sony A7 III. In this video we're going to talk a little bit about our experience using the MC-11 adapter. Let's get into it. We shoot video and stills, so I want to approach this review from both angles. And we mostly use the 16-35 and the 24-105 Canon lenses with the MC-11 adapter on our Sony A7 IIIs. The performance for the most part is pretty good, with a few downsides here and there. Firstly, the build quality of the adapter is amazing. It feels solid and it doesn't feel like a cheap adapter at all. It connects snugly onto the body, and when you have the body, the lens and the adapter all connected together, it feels super solid and super secure. Let's talk about the MC-11 adapter for photography. The autofocus is really quick. It's not as fast as it would be with native Sony lenses, but it's pretty quick, and compared to the 5D Mark III that we're used to, the focusing speed is pretty much the same. When using this MC-11 adapter with our Canon glass on the Sony A7 III, we found that there were a few issues with the focus. One, if you're in backlit situations, and two, in low light situations, it wouldn't always achieve focus. We'd kind of have to focus on something else or try a few times to lock focus on the subject. It doesn't happen all the time. I'd say about 90% of the time you'd be fine, but there are those few times where it does struggle to achieve focus in those situations. There are a few features missing when using the MC-11 adapter, one of those being the in-body image stabilization, so that sucks a little bit, and the eye autofocus and face tracking features are also grayed out in the menu, so we don't have access to those with the MC-11 adapter and the Canon glass, which is quite unfortunate because that is one of the reasons why we switched to Sony, but it's not a deal breaker at this stage. Now let's talk about using the MC-11 adapter for video. The biggest letdown for us is that there's no continuous autofocus when shooting video. Having decent autofocus capabilities is one of the reasons why we made the switch from Canon to Sony in the first place, so not having that is a real bummer. But we can still use the AF button to achieve focus before we start shooting like we would on our 5D. So the difference there is not a major difference to us, it's kind of what we're used to, but it would be nice to have those features. Because there's no continuous autofocus when shooting video, we obviously don't have access to the face tracking feature, which is a pity because from a vlogging standpoint it would have been really nice to be able to do face tracking when shooting video. We also don't have stabilization, so our handheld stuff is quite shaky, which is also a little bit of a bummer. So the big question, would I recommend the MC-11 adapter for the Sony A7 III if you're planning on using Canon glass? Well, yes, no, and maybe. It depends. I would say yes and recommend it to you if you're primarily a stills photographer, because you get great performance, Canon makes great lenses, and you can put the two together and you can get really great images with this little adapter. I would say no if you primarily shoot video, because a lot of the features are missing, like a continuous autofocus, and that could be a deal breaker for a lot of people. And I would say maybe if you're a hybrid shooter. If you shoot video and stills like we do, this could be the solution for you. We enjoy it, we get great stills from it, but the video side of things, it is lacking a little bit. But having said that, it's worked out really well for us as a transition. We've been able to switch from Canon to Sony in terms of the body, and in time we can switch to native Sony lenses and get rid of our Canon lenses. So if you're considering making the switch from Canon to Sony and you're looking at the MC-11 adapter, I hope this review of our experience has been helpful to you. If it has, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you guys in the next video.